When we reached the edge of the wood, we bowed and asked permission to enter their home. A bird sang out, and my friend said that meant to come forward. As we climbed the hill, a gentle mist enveloped us, softening our sounds to match the surroundings. The path was on a slight angle and covered with dried leaves and forest debris. As we walked, we started to communicate with the trees and were delighted with the response. Ina Iekia paused and said, "There's an old friend who wishes to visit with you. She's waiting for you in the small clearing up ahead. Go. I'll wait for you here." When I reached the clearing and saw my friend, I burst into tears of joy and ran to wrap my arms around her. Here was the elm tree of my youth that had lived in my backyard, the tree that listened to all of my childhood secrets and kept me dry in the rain. I remember my bare feet, cool and wet with early morning dew, drying in the sun as I sat on her roots with my back against her trunk, watching the ants go about their work. I remember raking her leaves through the long grass in autumn. I remember the nature spirits delighting to be near her and making the birds sing their most beautiful song, just for her. She was a queen who towered over all the trees in the neighborhood, marking where my house was through the school bus window as I rode home. She was my guardian on the dark and scary nights of my young life for over a decade. The trauma of her being cut down when she became too diseased to remain had left me bereft, and the hole in my heart wouldn't close. The loss of her haunted me, and I had denied the pain my entire life. But now, here she is again, in full glory, beckoning me with glistening leaves backlit by early morning sun. As we merged together, my feet became her roots, my arms became her branches, and my hands her leaves. The sun shone lovingly on our crown of new growth. Her memories and mine became intertwined in joyous reunion. I have come home to her at last. My broken heart is healed. She explained many things of our past. She showed me the history between humans and trees, between the nature spirits and trees, and between the nature spirits and humans. So many relationships came into focus, and I finally understood the sacredness of the woods. I understood the resounding loneliness of trees yearning for human contact once again, for their love for us is eternal. She also spoke of a legendary and sacred temple of the trees, cherished in a different, higher dimension of earth. She shared that all trees are aware of its power, for in its etheric beauty lies the power of forgiveness of the planet herself. All trees sing to this temple in love, in blessings, and in gratitude. All trees know where it is, and all trees keep that to themselves. The trees know the temple as Gaia's heart. 2 clear crystal pyramids stacked base to base and made of white diamond light that contains the great planetary tree of life, the spiritual template for all trees on the planet. As it slowly rotates clockwise above the treetops, the octahedron is encased in what seems like a soap bubble of light, with the various colors rolling in waves and swirling around it in cosmic breeze. 3 rings of trees guard the temple from below. The innermost ring to the temple is comprised of towering opalescent cosmic trees with gold and silver leaves, angelic trees gifted from the Archangels and the Elohim. The next circle contains trees of golden light, gifted from the nature spirits and the elementals. The last, and outer ring, made of every species of tree on the planet, circles them all in guardian service to the Creator. Of all the secrets she shared, this has stayed with me the longest. I had never imagined such magnificence and sacred kinship. On my immediate right came a rustling and a chorus of giggles and, "Remember us?" Standing there were all of the nature companions of my youth. We had run through the puddles of the forest, dreamed of comfy home among the trees until I fell asleep, watched the clouds turn into animal shapes under clear skies, and counted the stars from my bedroom window. How could I have ever forgotten them? I jabbered with them constantly in our secret language. They were the imaginary playmates that my mother rolled her eyes at. Once again, tears of joy filled my eyes as we danced and sang in the soft mist of the wood, and laughed until we fell down clutching our sides. I was overwhelmed with memories, yet thrilled to be reunited. It was then Ina Iekia motioned it was time to leave and continue along the path. I reluctantly walked away, gently and quietly, pondering all that I had learned until we reached the top of the hill. We stopped to honor Artemis and our tree friends by thanking them for their hospitality and sent them many blessings for a long and healthy life. We then bowed to their light in gratitude and to continue on.